Well, alright, people, I'm here with your Extreme Rules 2016 review. Now, this review is like a day late, so I'll get my Raw review up. I haven't watched the show yet, but I will get my Raw review up either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know when I'll feel like watching it, but and also I do have my Seth Rollins shirt on, and that's not just coincidence. Yes, he returned tonight, which was great to see. So, but I'll get to all that later. So, yeah, this show had some good moments. It had some bad moments. But let's get into the review here. We have Gallows and Anderson defeating the Usos in a tornado tag match to start off the show. It's a decent little match here. I'm a fan of tornado tag matches. I think they should have more of them because it's fast paced. It's like a fatal 4-way match. So I think they should definitely have more of these. I think that the New Day and the Vaudevillains should have been this. But I mean, like I said, it was fast paced. It had some good spots in there. You know, the Buddha Doom off the ring apron and shit like that. So, you know, kind of just a, you know, I don't think this was advertised or anything like that, but I'll give it 2.75 out of 5 stars. Decent little way to start off the show here. Then we have Rusev defeating Kalisto. You know, the match started off kind of boring, but then it ended. Had some few good moves there. It ended with a few good moves. You had Kalisto doing a hurricanrana through the bottom rope there on the outside, and Rusev was thrown into the steps. You had Kalisto doing a nice back flip off the top rope onto Rusev. And then you also had a good spot there where Rusev throws Kalisto onto the ring apron. And I don't get it, you know, it's like whenever there's like a good fucking spot, oh, you gotta stop the match. You have to have the doctor check on him when somebody gets injured. It's like, fuck that. I don't care if it was kayfabe or fucking, you know, not kayfabe. You don't fucking, you know, so, oh my god, you gotta stop the match because somebody's bleeding or somebody could be hurt. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Let the match continue. And I'm pretty sure they stopped that for kayfabe reasons there. It's like all Rusev had to do after that was put on his fucking finisher and have Kalisto tap out. When it said they fucked around for like a minute or two, and it just looks dumb as fuck. But, you know, I still thought a few good spots there. I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Rusev's a new champion. I mean, why? Why would they give the belt to Rusev? A person who nobody really has interest in. Nobody really cares about. You know, he's just there. He doesn't get a reaction. He's boring. I don't get why. What are they thinking giving the belt to Rusev? I just don't get it at all. But I'll give this match 2.5 out of 5 stars because it did have a few good spots there. Then we have the New Day defeating the Vaudevillains. Thought the match was pretty mediocre. Pretty short match too. Like I said, I think they should have had a stipulation here to make it more interesting. Tornado tag. No DQ, some shit, you know, ladder match. I don't know, some shit to make it more interesting. I mean, this is Extreme Rules after all, correct? So we could have had, you know, some interesting shit happen here, but no. I mean, just a kind of a typical match. Well, you know, like I said, short, wasn't too good. I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 stars. You know, the New Day retained, which I'm happy about. But what I'm not happy about is the lack of tag teams in WWE. I mean, okay, they beat the Vaudevillains, so, like, what are they going to do now? It's like they got no fucking tag teams in WWE to go up against the New Day. I mean, while I enjoy the New Day being tag champions, they've been tag champs for quite a while, and I still think they should be a prominent tag team, but I mean, like, can somebody come around to, you know, take the titles, or, like, be another prominent tag team, because you just can't have one fucking tag team. You gotta have multiple tag teams, and like I said, I like the New Day, but I would not mind it if a talented tag team came around and took the titles from the New Day. The problem is there are no talented tag teams, so I mean, there's nothing that they could really do because they fucked up the tag division now. So that's all, but like I said, 2 out of 5 stars for that match. And then we have the Fatal 4-Way match, which I gotta say was definitely the match of the night. You have, I'll get to this later, but you have The Miz winning, defeating Cesaro, Zayn, and KO. A very awesome match here, you know. Fatal 4-way match, therefore it was fast paced. A lot of good spots, a lot of close falls, a lot of action, a lot of, you know, nice moves going on here. I was very satisfied with this match. You know, I think they could have put in there, you know, like a table spot. You know, I get it's not, they didn't like brand it as an Extreme Rules or no DQ match or whatever. I get that, but it's a fatal four way match. We could have at least have had like a table spot or some shit like that. But nonetheless, it was still a great match. Still a lot of great moves. So overall, I'm gonna rate this match 4 out of 5 stars. You know, it was a long match, which was okay though, because like I said, there was a lot of action. There was a lot of close falls. It was exciting, no doubt. What I am not happy about is, why would they give the belt to The Miz like they gave the belt to Rusev? The Miz is just like Rusev, a guy who doesn't garner a reaction, a guy that nobody cares about. You know, a guy who's boring for the most part. So why Miz won it over 3 guys who are way better than him, 3 guys who the crowd likes way more. You know, in this day and age, people think, oh, you get boos, you're a good heel, or you get a no reaction because you're a heel. Well, in today's day and age, you know, a lot of the heels get cheers. So if you're getting a no reaction or a boo, a lot of the times that's not good. You know, just like The Miz and Rusev getting no reactions. They're getting no reactions because nobody likes them. So, you know, Cesaro's a guy people like, he's talented. Zayn's a guy people like, he's talented. And same thing with Kevin Owens. They're all 3 guys who I think are way better than The Miz. And probably shouldn't even be wrestling for the IC title because they should be, you know, higher up on the card right now. You know, in more prominent matches because they're that good, but they can't even fucking beat The Miz for the IC title. I mean, it just looks fucking pathetic. But whatever, it was still a great match. Then we have Ambrose defeating Jericho in that Asylum match. You know, I thought it was a very long match. It had a lot of just ordinary spots, like, oh, we have, you know, Ambrose hitting him with a strap, with a kendo stick, with a whatever, and it just is like, you know, these are just ordinary spots. It wasn't anything like too extreme. Yes, we did have a few good spots in there. You know, they used thumbtacks, which I was very happy about. We haven't seen that in forever. You know, Ambrose jumped off the top of the cage. So there was no doubt a few good moments in this match, but it was just so fucking long. I mean, goddamn. Like when Ambrose jumped off the cage. I mean, I might be wrong about this, but I believe the crowd hardly even reacted because the match was just so long and it was dragged out, and I think people were just like, when is this shit gonna end already? It's not like it's that entertaining. Like I said, it was just kind of just a glorified steel cage match. Yes, it had a few weapons in there and shit. You know, you had the piece of wood wrapped in barbed wire. I question whether that's real barbed wire or not. You know, it's kind of lame that, you know, you hit somebody with it and it's like they don't even bleed. But whatever. I mean, I guess it's okay. But like I said, you know, they had shit up there like a fucking strap. You know, you had a few weird things up there, and you know that they were using as weapons. And like I said, just not many, you know, great spots. You had, like I said, 2 or 3 good spots there, but in a long drawn out match, I was expecting a little bit more. I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 stars. Like I said, you had some few nice spots in there, but just too many, you know, just ordinary okay spots. So then we get Charlotte defeating Natalya. And this match was pretty boring. It was a submission match. And they just put on a lot of boring fucking submission holds, like, oh, Natalya is going to put on the armbar for a minute, and then, you know, Natalya's going to put on the armbar, then Charlotte's going to put on another move, and they kind of just seemed to go back and forth putting on, you know, boring fucking submission holds, which was it was just kind of a match filled with, it seemed like rest holds almost. I mean, it was fucking slow, it was fucking boring, and like I said, you knew this match was probably going to end in a submission anyway, because both of the submissions, both of these women's finishers are submissions. So the point, I mean, what's the fucking point of making it a submission match? There's no point in it really. So this match fucking wasn't good at all. Then you have Dana Brooke, of all people, coming out there at the end to fucking interfere. It's like, why the fuck? I hardly even know who the fuck Dana Brooke is. I mean, she's only been on Raw like once in a backstage segment. Maybe she wrestled a match, I don't know. I don't really remember her being a prominent role on any of the NXT shows. Now she's in like fucking coming down here at Extreme Rules. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, why are they featuring Dana Brooke all of a sudden now when they have other talents that have been here for years and are talented like Paige, Becky Lynch? Where the fuck is Sasha Banks? I mean, Sasha Banks, they fucking put her in that Iron Man or Iron Woman match, whatever the fuck. At one of those NXT shows when she fucking brought the house down with Bayley. Now she's fucking nowhere to be found. It pisses me the fuck off. But that's your WWE for you. Yeah, just get rid of Sasha Banks. Just forget about her. You know, forget about Becky Lynch. Forget about all of them. Forget about Paige. But oh no, we gotta put this fucking Dana Brooke in here, and then she'll probably become a jobber. And then we'll have our next fucking person that'll be fucking in the main event for a month. And then, you know, it's who's the flavor of the month. But I'm not going to go off on that forever. So I'm going to give this match a half star out of 5. Not a good match at all. Then we have our main event. And before I talk about Seth Rollins, we have fucking Roman Reigns wins again. I mean, it just pisses me off. It's not that he won. It is that he won a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. But it's the way he won, too. I mean, he fucking kicked out of everything. I mean, he's fucking Cena 2.0. He's like, even Cena, I don't think, kicked out of this much shit. I mean, it's like, oh, you hit him with everything. Fucking, you know, styles clashes. Fucking everything. And he kicks out. I mean, damn. You know, fucking Buddha Doom kicks out. This, kick out, kick out. He kicks out of everything. I mean, you could fucking shoot the guy in the head, he'd kick out. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm so sick of how much they fucking push this guy when nobody likes him. You know, I hear JBL saying, oh, you know, he garners a reaction, therefore he's good. That's the only thing that matters. I mean, people always say that to fucking, you know, defend Cena. Oh, he garners a reaction. It's not good that you're getting boos when you're a fucking babyface. That means nobody likes you. I mean, that's such a basic concept. What don't people understand about it? I am so sick of people making excuses for how many boos this guy gets. I mean, I go on Bleacher Report, I see people making excuses for him. I go on YouTube, I see people trying to defend this guy still. I mean, stop trying to defend him. Fucking open your ears. He's getting boos. Don't try to fucking make it more, you know. They try to make it into such a complex issue about him getting boos. It's a very basic thing to understand, and I can explain it to you in like 15 seconds. He's getting boos because he fucking sucks and nobody likes him. But of course he wins. Of course he has to beat fucking Styles, who people like, who is fucking talented. So that was depressing. I gotta say though, the match did have some good spots in it. You know, the back body drop through the table, the power bomb through the table. There were some good spots in it. So I'm gonna give it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And couple that with the Rollins return. You know, Rollins returns at the end in fucking Pedigree's puts the pedigree. You know, Pedigree's Reigns. You know, I still think that's dumb as fuck. He's using the pedigree. He can't fucking create his own finisher. But still, a great moment there to see my boy Seth Rollins come back there at the end. That was a great moment. The only problem is he's going to be in a fucking feud with Roman Reigns. I mean, you couldn't have had Styles win the belt and then have Seth Rollins come out there after and fucking pedigree him. I mean, it's like almost like Seth Rollins is a babyface now because he attacked the guy who nobody likes. But I feel that WWE wants him to be a heel. You should have just had him come out there and fucking have Styles win the belt. Everybody's happy. Yay, Styles won. Styles won. Then you had Seth Rollins come out there, fucking pedigree him. And that's great. Now we got a fucking Seth Rollins, AJ Styles feud. How great would that be? How fucking great would that be to have a Seth Rollins, and then we fucking just get rid of Roman Reigns. He fucking dies. We get rid of him. Okay. And then we have this great fucking feud that people will be interested in. But no, we have to feature fucking Roman Reigns in the main event. Just pisses me off. But still, great to see Seth Rollins back. Just would have preferred to see fucking Roman Reigns lose, and to not have him. Now I presume that we're gonna get a Rollins Reigns feud. Fuck. Just Reigns just pisses me off. I love Rollins, but I hate Reigns. Just would have loved to see the Styles Rollins feud. That would have been great, but. No, we have to see Reigns, and where's Styles, and of course Reigns beats Styles. So of course, you just have to have WWE's Golden Boy defeat, Styles. Why? Because he doesn't fit the WWE image. I don't fucking know, because he's from the Indies. You gotta be a fucking you gotta fit WWE standards, I guess, and I guess Styles doesn't fit that. He's from the Indies. He's a fucking small guy. He's not really related to The Rock, so I guess he doesn't get, the championship, even though he's much better than Reigns. More people like him than Reigns. He doesn't get booed, but, got to give the belt to Reigns, of course. But there you go, people. Overall, I'm going to give this show, I'll give it 5.5 out of 10 stars. It had some good moments, Rollins returning. Great fatal 4-way match there. Some other good shit. I'll actually give it, not 5.5. I don't know what the fuck I'll give it 4 out of 10 stars, I don't write that overall rating down. I just come up with it off the top of my head. But after looking over the fucking card, I'm going to give it 4 out of 10 stars, because you did have a lot of shitty shit on this show. But, there you go, people. There's your Extreme Rules review. So you had some good moments, but you also had a good amount of shit on the card like usual. So there you go, people. There's your review.